Livability Lab, also known as Muskegon County's 100-Day Challenge, is a yearly event with a goal to improve livability in Muskegon County, Michigan. Livability Lab is more than just a challenge, it's a community-driven movement transforming Muskegon County. This innovative initiative goes beyond doctors' offices, recognizing that 80% of personal health is shaped by real-world factors. For the fourth year, residents have joined forces, forming action teams to tackle pressing issues. Harnessing the collective power of everyday experts, individuals with unique knowledge, skills, and professions. The lab focuses on 5 key elements: economic opportunity, health, safety and security, education, and social connection and trust. While 100 days may seem fleeting, they unlock tremendous potential. Teams identify critical problems, make measurable headway, and achieve small wins that pave the way for lasting change. Livability Lab empowers residents to shape their community's future, ensuring a brighter, more livable Muskegon County for all. The 2023 Community Action Team includes Team Number 1, Language Access Plans.
So my name is Melissa Moore. I'm the Executive Director of Read Muskegon, and I am the Community Champion for the Language Access Plans team. Our goal is to create a training and a template that could be used by any business, government agency, organization throughout Muskegon County to create a language access plan, which helps them provide better services to those who may be limited English language speakers, have vision or hearing impairments, or have lower English literacy skills. So our next steps, we had a great workshop. We had 34 people from 16 different agencies, organizations, businesses attend our first workshop. So we're going to take the information we gained from that, refine it to create an even better workshop, create a collaborative group that will continue to advocate for the expansion of language access plans throughout Muskegon County, make it really accessible to anybody who wants to have one, hopefully find a permanent home for the language access plan information, maybe at one of the libraries or an agency where it makes sense to have that information on their website and available in person.
Team Number 2, Muskegon County Storehouse.
Hello, my name is Jana Rao. I'm with United Way of the Lakeshore, and I'm the champion of Team 2, bringing the Storehouse to Muskegon County. The Storehouse is currently located in Grand Rapids on Plainfield. It is a nonprofit organization that serves other nonprofits in the sense that they collect donations from all over the nation, from big box stores like Amazon, Walmart's, Aldi's, Amway, and they get over $120 million worth of inventory that they stock up and allow other nonprofits to come in and shop for pennies on the dollar. About 1% of the value is what they're paying for these items, and a lot of the items are actually being donated to these agencies for free. These items can include basic needs items, personal care items, beds, furniture, you name it, they have it. And it's been really wonderful for those agencies to be able to stock their pantries with these items for such a low cost and serve a number of residents that are in need. So to bring Muskegon County this wonderful opportunity, we have decided we'd like to present an expansion of the Storehouse in Grand Rapids because they've already developed such a wonderful and successful program. We would like to extend what they have already in place into the Muskegon County area and allow our nonprofits in our local community and the surrounding communities to have an additional access point to receive these wonderful items for their pantries that are serving so many people. Last year alone, United Way of the Lakeshore, in their partnership with the Storehouse, was able to get more than $1.2 million worth of product into the hands of the local residents. And I believe that if we can bring Storehouse into Muskegon County, we're going to see a huge amount of funding of wonderful products into the hands of Muskegon County it's going to cause an economic impact. It's going to cause a huge impact on our agencies. It's going to save them a lot of funds. They're going to be able to put those resources now into utility bills, rent, different types of housing, support, and food. And I think overall it's going to be a huge benefit and impact in our community.
Team Number 3, Community Farms and Gardens.
I'm Brittany Brown. I'm from McLaughlin Groves Urban Farm.
And I'm Larry Williams. I am with HW Farms here in Muskegon Heights and City of Muskegon as well.
So our initial idea for this challenge was to compile a list of all of the City of Muskegon and City of Muskegon Heights urban farms or community gardens and try and get more information about what they offer, where they are, how long they've been in operation, things like that. You find a lot as you go along that people aren't aware of all of the community gardens and exactly where they can get fresh local food pretty much year-round in some places.
A farm incubator program has come out of this as well. The coach of Team 3, Andrea Copeland, partnered with myself and our partners at HW Farms, which is located at 2639 6th Street. And what we're doing is actually going through and showing people how to learn how to grow their own food, not only in a community-based sense, but how to make their own garden beds and literally plant and manicure and learn healthy food preparations to do at home to help reduce food insecurity. The future is looking bright. Our next big thing is we just got our logo. Our website will be live in the next week or so, and we'll be starting our seedlings to plant after the first frost, and we'll be ideally reaching out to the community and using it as a fundraiser, helping people to build out their own small garden beds and buy starters and seeds to get started in their own backyards.
We also plan to add to this list as we go along, get more information as it becomes available and as more farms and gardens pop up. We want to make sure that this is an interactive thing and it's constantly growing as the city grows.
Team number 4, medical debt.
Hi everyone, Kira Chanel-Decker here from your Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber. I have the wonderful luxury of being a coach of Team 4 Medical Debt with Caitlin. We continued the work of our Livability 3.0 team. We set out a lot, but I think we got pretty far. We established relationships with regards to getting information as it relates to medical debt on SIOH screening forms. So for all of you that are not acronym proficient, like I wasn't when I started with this team, they use a lot of those in the medical field. But it's those wonderful documents you go to the medical provider and fill out about your information. So we're looking to get that added. We also began the process of creating a medical debt forum where we're bringing to the community options for care, billing information, community resource partners. So if you don't already know, February 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. at the lower level of the convention center, we're hosting that forum. So we have flyers over here at our medical debt booth to learn more. And then we're going to take that from there and look towards policy change with the data that we collect to help those as it relates to medical debt within our community.
Team number 5, Pen Pal Chat.
Hi, I'm Stacy Gomez. I'm with Community Access Line of the Lakeshore, and I am part of the Pen Pal group. And our group is really focusing on social isolation and ways that we can look to address that in the Muskegon County. We're looking at, there's an existing program in the county, but there may be more. So it's really kind of getting an idea. Yeah.
Team number 6, Birthing Justice Screening.
I am Hillary Ross, and I am a coach of team number 6, which is the Birthing Justice Screening. And so what we set out to achieve was to build awareness over the infant mortality rates here in Muskegon and also the health equity issues that we face here in Muskegon with birthing people of color. And so what we did was we had 2 screenings of the documentary Birthing Justice. Next, we are going to have a provider showing, and what we want to do is get providers here from Muskegon, Grand Rapids, and all of our surrounding counties, and we want to raise awareness in our OB providers so that we can ensure that they're on the same page as us and that they can kind of be more culturally aware of their clientele and who they're serving and have a little bit more open-mindedness. There are some providers that are very on board with what we're doing and with how you birth doulas. and we are trying to reach out to more of them so that we can kind of build a culture in our hospital system of cultural awareness, more better health equity, and a better understanding of people of color.
Team number 7, on the spectrum gathering place.
My name is Becky. I am the coach for Team 7. Initially, our goal was to establish an open and on the spectrum place for autistic and neurodivergent adults to gather daily and hang out safely together. We kind of started at what you would normally expect for a project like in that scale, and we did some interviews and some surveying of the autistic community, targeting individuals over the age of 18 to see how they feel supported. So we've kind of we've got a panel over here that talks about some of our results. We did list some of the agencies where people do feel supported, and we're going to continue that work. We feel like it's really important. A resource guide is missing for this community where people can go and look for any of these specific resources. So I think that is one of our next steps. We're going to continue to grow the Autism Network of Muskegon.
Team number 8, Muskegon Heights Trail Connection.
Hello, I'm Daryl Page. I am the coach for the Muskegon Heights Trail Connection, which is actually Muskegon Heights Trail Connections, because that abandoned rail line runs between Muskegon Heights and Muskegon. It was a line that actually ran, I guess, to supply the farmlands and take produce back and forth coming out. They took it out and they started using the line that actually went toward Ottawa. So that's the one that crosses over the Grand River. And they took that one out. When they took it out, we thought that they were gonna make a trail out of it. Instead, they went down Laketon and came around through the industrial park to connect to the Muscat Tower, but it does not connect to the Hart Montague through Muskegon. So that's what we're trying to get done now. Stuff for us, it involves having residents in that area, have access to stores, have access to healthcare, have access to pharmacies, and have, just health-wise, have access and, walkability and livability. That's what we call livability. It is not a 100-day challenge. We're going beyond that. We're trying to get support. We're gonna garner support for this and keep going so we can get those grants so we can make this possible for the people of Muskegon County.
Team number 9, Tutors for Students.
The middle school tutoring project was born out of the knowledge that our 13-year-olds right now, their test scores are the lowest they've been in decades, dropped by up to 14 points the last time that they were tested. We also know middle school is the beginning of the hardest time to provide extra support to our students. Again, I'm the director of Read Muskegon. We typically had not provided tutoring in schools, but we wanted to combine resources to try to do what we could to help raise up those scores, so that those kids graduate from school with a better shot. So what we did is we partnered with the ISD and their literacy coaches, Jim Fisher, who is my co-coach champion, who had done this kind of project in some of our elementary schools, and then Holton Public Schools, who became sort of our pilot site. So the rest of my team isn't here today because our pilot project is kicking off right now at Holton Middle School. We have started small, 6 trained tutors, 16 kids. We are working with that bubble group of kids who are at the cusp of not qualifying for one-on-one like title aid, but are at great risk of not being up to grade level. And they're meeting with tutors twice a week during school time. If we can see results out of this, then our goal is to move it into other school districts next year. But we will evaluate reading attitudes, like having them see themselves as readers, as well as connecting them to their test scores to see if it did, in any way help improve them. So it's a trial. We'll see if it works.
Team number 10 and number 14, Student Loan Debt Education and Student Financial Literacy.
So I'm Jocelyn Hines, and I'm here representing team number 10 and 14. So our team was tasked with educating the community around student loan debt forgiveness. So we know there's various options and repayment plans that the community needs to be more privy to so that they can figure out ways to forgive their student loans. We know that student loan debt impacts all types of people, whether people are thinking about starting families, whether people are trying to access housing. We know that student loans can often be a barrier to accessing those everyday things that we're desiring to have in our lives. So we're hoping as a team that we can educate the community on what their options are, as well as educate employers on how they can help their employees achieve their goals of student loan debt forgiveness. We are also working with team number 14 to create a financial literacy book for high school students so that they are better educated on financial literacy, as well as their options if they're interested in going to college. So we're hoping people will join us in our efforts to advocate on behalf of getting student loan debt forgiven, as well as educating our employers on the opportunities to get student loan debt forgiven.
Team number 11, Transportation Millage.
We started this project initially to expand access to transportation throughout Muskegon County. Understanding that there is not enough money from local governmental units to support what little transportation that we have. So we decided to work upon a transportation millage, and that requires forming a regional transit authority. We worked with several groups, Reed Muskegon, Women's Resource Council, and they got the opportunity to make presentations at local governmental units and feel the success of having resolutions passed to support the transit authority. That transportation authority had their first meeting this month, January of 2024. We look forward to continuing the work with them in order to expand access to transportation services in Muskegon County. And Sarah is going to tell you about all the great other work that the team did in terms of surveys and everything else.
Yeah, our team was really great at involving residential voices in our work. So we did some surveys of community residents, really trying to dial in, if you had increased access to transportation, what would you do with it? And really using those stories to drive our work. We created this fun fact sheet that we used when we went to the municipal meetings. It's got a lot of data on it, including personal stories, and that's really what we wanted to dial into, those personal stories of what people would do with increased access to transportation.
Team number 12, Behavioral Health Urgent Care.
My name is Christy, and I'm the champion for Team 12, which we focused on working on developing the framework and a resolution for key stakeholders in the community to look at the development of a crisis behavioral health center in Muskegon County. There are multiple people in this group that we all worked together over the last 100 days. We built the resolution, a support letter, and then we also presented our resolution to the Muskegon County Diversion Council, which was about 2 weeks ago. And we have two representatives here, so I'd like to introduce them, which is Chief Vanderselt from the Norton Shores Police Department and Colton Bordy from Trinity Health, that were part of the executive committee that agreed for us to pass on what we have kind of built the framework and the development with, to try to help kind of move this project along, is because we know it's a large project, but we also know it's something that our community greatly needs. And so I'd like to thank them for being here today as representatives of the executive committee, and as we continue to partner with them to try to move things along.
Team number 13, Confronting Gentrification.
What our goal was to host a community educational event around confronting gentrification in Muskegon County. And we are pleased to say that we will be hosting an event on March 9th. Our event is two parts. One is a more local-based, how do we become stabilized now? So we bring in all housing agencies that bring any housing solutions to the community, whether it is down payment assistance, counseling services, rental assistance, anything like that. We're bringing them under one roof where community members can all come in and get all the resources that they need in one place. And then the second part of that is that we believe in reaching out to our national, local, national resources. And so we're going to be bringing in a panel. So we're really going to focus on reshaping solutions to gentrification and making sure that we're able to bring these solutions back to our community.
Team number 15, Filipino Tradition and Culture Exhibit.
I am Myrna Alberca Olsen. I am a Filipino American. I am the founder and president of the West Michigan Filipino American Arts and Culture Group. Our biggest accomplishment for the West Michigan Filipino American organization, in conjunction with where I work, the Muskegon Health Equity Council, was our first Filipino American presentation and exhibit last December 16 of last year. Please join us again in our next project, which is about celebrating Filipino American heritage in October.
Team number 16, Detox Center.
I'm Michael Harder. I was the coach for Team 16, Roadmap to a Detox Center. We recognize that there is no detox options in the county for folks who are needing those services. The closest detox is Kalamazoo. So we wanted to build a roadmap to what it would take to open a detox center in the county. We now know that it's going to take a lot of dedicated individuals and also some larger constituents to help us make that happen. The roadmap is really in several parts. The first part is creating a support network in the immediate to connect people to services that already exist outside of the county. The second thing would be getting some large organizations to the table to collaborate to open a detox space, because the regulations are really really high in the state of Michigan for opening a space like that. So then the third space in the roadmap would be to bring some folks from Lansing and to talk about how the regulatory bodies have made it difficult to provide services in counties like Muskegon.
Youth teams, transportation, gun violence prevention, and substance abuse.
Hello, my name is Yadira Tinoco.
My name is Fernando Santos.
And we're part of the Youth Advisory Board in Muskegon. So our main goal is to decrease gun prevention with our young teenagers or young adolescents.
And we're trying to find the roots of where people are getting their guns and how to reduce them getting the weapons.
Yep, so we have 3 different portions. There's transportation, gun violence prevention, and substance abuse. We think they all factor into the gun violence. Our main goal is to drive this young community into not using guns and not having that as their only path. We want them to focus more on positive paths.
And we think that the substance abuse would maybe, if we reduce substance abuse with, among teenagers, we can reduce the gun violence as well.
We started researching with mental health, physical health. Those are all groups we think in Muskegon. We speak with adults as well and other youths in our community to get their opinion and their side, because they also have experiences that we don't.
We have a whole plan right now. We're planning on going to Washington, D.C. to talk with our sister group.
They also do youth gun prevention, so we're gonna see their data as well, and we can combine them together.
That's all of our 2023 teams. Learn how to support us at livabilitylab.com.